You don't lack confidence, you just lack evidence. There's something people say all of the time. I just need more confidence. How many times have you heard people saying that? How many times have you said that to yourself? I just need more confidence. If I had more confidence, I'll be able to do this and I'll be able to do that and I'll be able to do so many things if I just had more confidence. If I felt more confident, I would apply, I would speak up, I would start, I would leave, I would change. This is probably a broken record that you've heard from yourself a lot of the times. I'm sure you've heard yourself say so many times, if I had more confidence, I would apply this. If I had more confidence, I'm going to speak up and share my thoughts and say what's on my mind. If I had more confidence, I would start my diet plan. If I had more confidence, I would just leave the relationship or leave the work. If I had more confidence, I would just change my life. But confidence isn't something you wait for, and it isn't something that just appears one morning. Confidence is built quietly. And confidence is within, and we need to bring it out. So through evidence, and not the evidence you think I mean, but through evidence, the reason you don't feel confident isn't because you're not capable. It isn't because your mind hasn't collected enough proof yet that you are the right person for the job. You are the right person to demonstrate, to speak, to be the person that you want to be. It's because your mind hasn't collected enough proof yet. And what I mean by that is the proof that you can handle it, the proof that you can recover, the proof that you're not going to collapse, the proof that people are not going to laugh at you, the proof that you're not going to freeze, the proof that if you make this decision, you can trust yourself, the proof that you won't be a laughing stock, the proof that you're not going to be judged, the proof that you're going to make a success, the proof that this time you'll do it. So you're looking for proof that you won't go wrong. Think about something that you do easily right now. What would that be? So think about it. Just take 10 seconds out. What is that one something you can do easily, effortlessly, without overthinking it? Think of that one thing in your life. Now, you may be thinking towards perhaps driving. I know I drive very well, if I say so myself. It may be working, it may be teaching, maybe just speaking to strangers and striking up a conversation. I want you to think about what you do very well, because there was a time you didn't feel confident doing those things. Isn't that interesting? You felt unsure, maybe you felt unnervous, or maybe you felt nervous. Unnervous isn't the right word, but that's the way that goes. But maybe feeling nervous, you just did it anyway. Think of a job that you've worked at and you were really good at it. But when you first arrived at that job, perhaps you didn't know how to do it. But you learned. And each time you did it, your brain collected the evidence that you needed, that you can do this and you can cope and you're going to be all right. And the evidence from other people saying to you, well done, great job, fantastic. And then you start to feel comfortable, and eventually confidence flows. Confidence is a result. It's not a starting point. So confidence comes from you gaining the proof that you need. And this is where people get stuck. They wait to feel confident before they move. But movement is what creates confidence. And I've said that across my videos. You have to move. You have to act. You have to be disciplined. And in that is what creates the confidence that you're looking for. So it's the small movements that you do, but it's just not about the small movements. It's about that repeated movement, that continuous regularity of that repeated movement. And most of all, for you, imposter syndrome people out there, the most is the imperfect movement. So allowing yourself not to be perfect every single time. So you don't build confidence by thinking about the one thing. You build it by doing the thing badly at first. And it's okay to be bad. It's okay to not do it perfectly. It's okay to draw a matchstick person. Everyone knows I'm an artist and I love to do art. So you build it slowly first. So sometimes I'll have somebody who does a matchstick person, and we help them build into a stronger artist. And I also coach people how to speak and feel confident in their speaking. And some people are terrified at speaking without a script. They're terrified of speaking, but they've got this big event and they need to show up and show out. But what I want to say is it's okay to do things badly at first and survive in it, because it's the surviving it that shows you you can cope. Every time you act despite discomfort, your identity shifts slightly. And I speak a lot about identity. Even in the last video, I spoke about identity, because how you see yourself is going to change everything. So if you live on the someday island, someday I'm going to get my act together, someday I'm going to do better, you'll stay on that someday island. But if you see yourself as, and you change that mindset and you change your self-talk, how you talk to yourself is so critically important. You'll begin to see yourself differently. And once your identity changes, your confidence is going to feel natural. So you'll feel more confidence. It will feel organic. It will feel natural. You won't have any kind of issues in the fact where you once had feeling like you were an imposter. And it's that sense of feeling like an imposter. But on paper, you can do what it says. On paper, people see you as a professional. They see that you've got oodles of confidence. Maybe people will be shocked to know that you're not very confident, and you keep that within. And the only way for you to move beyond that and move past that so that you feel confident and natural is through momentum, through the small steps, gathering your evidence. You know, most people don't feel they don't feel confident. It's because they lack evidence. And they've given themselves hard words, unkind words. You'll never get this done. People are going to laugh at you. Why are you doing this? You know you're going to fail. Can you actually trust yourself? All of these negative self-talks. You see, people haven't given themselves enough small wins, and you haven't given yourself enough of a small win, perhaps. Maybe you haven't given yourself enough uncomfortable repetitions to move from it. Maybe you haven't given yourself enough moments where you've proved to yourself, I can handle this. So maybe the question isn't for you, how do you become more confident? Maybe the question for you is, what evidence are you willing to collect? One action, one uncomfortable step, one conversation, and then another. Confidence doesn't drive dramatically, it accumulates. You don't lack confidence. That's the message of today. You do not lack confidence. You just haven't built enough proof yet. But you're going to. My name is Anne Marie Bond, and I'll see you on the next episode.